in celebration of the culminating activity for the school year 2020-2021, the Embarcadero Elementary School proudly presents the 86 graduation rites and moving up ceremony, batch 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Ceremonies, Mrs. Rodona V. De Vera.
Graduation season has now arrived, and like the other schools, Embarcadero Elementary School prepared much for this annual victorious event. As the saying goes, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he grew up, he will never depart from it. Embarcadero Elementary School can say that on this day, July 14, 2021, we had trained and produced brave, responsible, and talented young people who can later be important individuals for our tomorrow. Before I proceed to the different parts of this graduation rites and moving up ceremony, let me first give my greetings to the following significant individuals. Municipal Mayor of Mangaldan, Honorable Mary Marilyn de Guzman Lambino, Municipal Vice Mayor, Attorney Pedro Jojo Sordilla Jr., Municipal Councilor, Attorney Joseph Emmanuel B. Serra, Chairman, Committee on Education, our Smart Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Minerva D. Sirapica, our diligent school principal, Dr. Gemma V. Naraha, Barangay Council, headed by our supportive Punong Barangay Chopilo Franenza Jr., PTA officers, led by PTA President, Mrs. Hilda S. Ocomen, Embarcadero Elementary School focal person, Mrs. Rosalinda C. Fabia, my fellow teachers, parents, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. As I have said earlier, graduation has come and everybody is excited for it. So without further ado, let us begin by singing the following through audiovisual presentations: National Anthem, Opening Prayer, followed by Regional Hymn, Division Hymn, and Municipal Hymn.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, telas ng sigatanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng pagaw, ay hinatang tulakaw,
because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks. Give thanks with a grateful heart. Give thanks to the Holy One. Give thanks because He's given Jesus Christ, His Son. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. And now let the weak say, I am strong. Let the poor say, I am rich, because of what the Lord has done for us. Give thanks.
Berkatan dayungi, Pangasinan binabi. Deun mo tani aligwas, diuragep ko lawas. Dan pusong Pangasinan, agkanalingwanan. Luyak ko yani yanagan, bedetakan yaman.
and rolling plains give life to the sturdy hands. Men, women, young and old, find hope and glory in this fold. This home of great joy and gladness, of fertile lands and green valleys, nature that captures the eye and soul. Oh, bless the heart of doubt and peace. East to west, from north to south, faithful ones pack and gather at the pilgrim of the north, whispering a common prayer resounding. Mabuhay, mabuhay, Pangasinan too, I sing mabuhay to you. Oh, men, women, young and old, find hope and glory in this fold. Oh, I sing mabuhay, Pangasinan too.
Bisang pada
For the welcome address, we have our school principal, Dr. Jenna V. Naraha.
Greetings to our school's Division Superintendent of SDO Pangasinan 2, Dr. Danilo C. Sison, the Assistant Schools Division Superintendents, Dr. Wilfredo E. Sindayen, and Dr. Arlene D. Casipit, the Chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Cornelio R. Aquino, the Chief of the School Governance and Operations Division, Dr. Rosalino T. Agpalo Jr., our energetic Public Schools District Supervisor of Mangaldan 2, Dr. Minerva de Guzman Serafica, to the Chief Executive of the Municipality of Mangaldan, Honorable Mayor Mary Marilyn de Guzman Lambino, our Municipal Vice Mayor, Attorney Pedro A. Sordilla Jr., the Chairman of the Sangguniang Bayan Committee on Education, Attorney Joseph Emmanuel B. Serra, members of the Barangay Council headed by Punong Barangay Chofilo B. Franesa Jr., the Parents Teachers Association led by the PTA President, Mrs. Hilda S. Ocomen, Mrs. Rosalinda C. Fabia, Teacher 3 and focal person of Embarcadero Elementary School, fellow teachers, beloved parents and guardians, dear graduates, completers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to one and all. Welcome to the Embarcadero Elementary School 86 Graduation Rites and Moving Up Ceremony. The popular Eleanor Roosevelt said, "Success comes to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Today, as we celebrate the 86 graduation rites and moving up ceremony of Embarcadero Elementary School for school year 2020-2021, we give thanks to our Almighty God for His love and blessings. In the midst of the coronavirus global pandemic, a significant school celebration of academic achievement through virtual was made possible to give recognition and felicitations to the grade 6 graduates and kindergarten completers. I believe that today is a very special and memorable day for all the graduates, completers, parents, guardians, teaching and non-teaching staff of Embarcadero Elementary School, because the best day has come amidst the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. This year's theme is strengthening the quality of education amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. Kalidad ng edukasyon lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. Shall always remind everyone of the importance of education despite the challenges and difficulties encountered by the learners, the teachers, school administrators, and parents during this crucial year. My warmest congratulations to you, dear parents and guardians. You play an active role as facilitators of the modular distance learning as part of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan for school year 2020-2021 in light of pandemic. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Likewise to my fellow teachers for your untiring support and cooperation in the preparation and distribution of self-learning modules and assessment test materials. Congratulations and thank you for loving and inspiring our learners. To the members of Embarcadero Elementary School Batch 2021, never stop aiming for higher learning. Never lose your desire to excel. Never stop dreaming. You deserve the best, and the best will surely come. My warmest congratulations to all. Mabuhay ang Batch 2021. Thank you very much, and God bless us all.
My friends, let us now listen to the messages of our DepEd officials. First, we have our DepEd Secretary, Madam Leonor M. Briones, followed by the message of our Regional Director, Sir Tolentino G. Aquino. Another message from our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Danilo C. Sison. A message from our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Wilfredo E. Sindayan. And not but not the least, the message of our Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Minerva D. Sirapica.
Law Holtz stated, and I quote, "Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how will you respond to it." My greetings to our Municipal Mayor, the Honorable Mary Marilyn de Guzman Lambino, our Municipal Vice Mayor, Attorney Jojo Sardilla Jr., Municipal Councilor, Attorney Joseph Emmanuel B. Serra, Chair Committee on Education. Our Barangay Council, headed by the Punong Barangay, PTA officers, led by the President, my dear school head, teachers, parents, graduates and completers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant and blessed day to everyone. COVID-19 struck the world. Consequently, this pandemic caused many changes in our lives. It affected everything, and the Department of Education is not exempted. So how are we going to respond to this kind of life now? With the ubiquitous of COVID-19, the Department of Education Central Office implemented the Learning Continuity Plan for education to continue amidst this world health crisis. In this new normal, where face-to-face is prohibited, the role of parents is indeed very indispensable. Before, teachers were the parents in the school. However, in this pandemic, the parents are now the teachers at home. In this new normal, DepEd ensured the production of quality self-learning modules. The parents took their role, and the learners were constantly monitored by the teachers and the school head as well. Modular distance learning is what we implement in this pandemic. We likewise recognize the role of the Barangay Council for supporting our schools, and of course the LGU officials for their continuous support also to the different schools of Pangaldan. Of course, we acknowledge our Mayor for giving us love, Honorable Mary Marilyn de Guzman Lambino. Thank you very much for all the support you are giving to the DepEd family in the municipality of Mangaldan. And so, 2020, school year 2020 and 2021 is over. And for this end of the school year, right, so we have the theme, is strengthening quality education amid COVID-19 pandemic. With the concerted efforts of the school head, the teachers, and the parents, we could say that our learning is still of good quality. Nonetheless, we could affirm that in the implementation of what we call quality instruction, it indeed is very challenging. Henceforth, my warmest congratulations to all the graduates, to all the completers, as well as to our kindergarten learners who will be moving up to grade 1. Thank you very much for patiently answering the modules and of course for your constant contact with your teachers for learning to continue. Thank you very much to all the parents for supporting their children, for their unconditional love, for taking their role effectively and efficiently. Congratulations to all of you, and likewise congratulations to the school head as well as to the teachers for a job well done. Thank you very much for your untiring efforts, for your patience overload in doing your work. The quality of education we give will always be dependent upon the quality of work you do. Thank you very much for the love you're giving to our children. Kudos to all of you. Once again, congratulations to the graduates and completers. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Maraming pong salamat. God bless everyone.
At this juncture, I am proud to present to you the school officials of EMBARCADERO Elementary School. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the graduating class of 2020-2021. Sixth result: Austria Jeremy Zane S. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey S. Austria from Bigilunan, Mangaldan. Ballesteros Christian Kelly C. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Freddy P. Ballesteros from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Iscote John Roland S. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolando E. Iscote from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Espiritu Lance Raniel S. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Roel C. Espiritu from Bigilunan, Mangaldan. Realde Raymart C. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolando A. Realde from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Victor Lazayati, son of Mr. and Mrs. Gilbert B. Victor from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Mag-apan B. Onyx B. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Descon O. Mag-apan from Navalwan, Mangaldan. Martin Gerald Exodus B. with high honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Harold C. Martin from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Muyargas John P. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Mar E. Muyargas from Bigilunan, Mangaldan. Okay Shande H. with honors. Son of Mr. and Mrs. Rande B. Okay from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. of Mr. and Mrs. Johnny A. Oliero from Gilunan, Mangaldan. Sabala Meljo M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Misael P. Sabala from Nabalwan, Mangaldan. Abayas Tia Marie Lorraine C. with honors, daughter of Mrs. Annabel C. Abaya from Manaoag, Pangasinan. Aquino Alina A., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Darwin A. Aquino from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Kayabyab Precious May A. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Dennis P. Kayabyab from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Laveria Gising, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Royland O. Laveria from Nabalwan, Mangaldan. De Guzman Monique C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Marlon P. Guzman from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. De Guzman Princess Laika G. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Roderick C. Guzman from Gilunan, Mangaldan. De Vera Shikaina Shimmer V. with high honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Isidro C. De Vera III from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Eileen Maria Nelly I.D. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Norberto M. Dilin from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Fernandez Mary Grace S. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ireneo M. Fernandez from Gilunan, Mangaldan. Flores Rafaela A. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ronnie E. Flores from Nabalwan, Mangaldan. Galario Jenny Mia C. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ermi B. Galario from Gilunan, Mangaldan. Itliong Danielle A., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Michael B. Itliong from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Norial Micaela C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Fernando A. Norial from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Sorat Ruth Ann D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Perfecto C. Surat from Usyong, Mangaldan. Veloria Aryan Grace I. with honors, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Arnold D. Veloria from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of Grade 6 Bonifacio, school year 2020-2021. Aquino Juanito C., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Juanito Aquino Sr. from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Bautista Kian D., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Marciano Bautista from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Biagtan Silvian C., the son of Mr. and Mrs. George Biagtan from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. David R.R. Joey M., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Rudy David from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. De Guzman Mark Anthony E., the son of Mrs. Melly Embuido from Nabalwan, Mangaldan. De Vera Jansen M., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Hermogenes de Vera from Nabalwan, Mangaldan. Hilario Rafa Kim P., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Roderick Hilario from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Lakayanga E.J.P., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Joanne Lacayangan, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Maninang John Ray G., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Maninang, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Martinez Marnie M., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Romel Martinez, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Molina Juan Luis D., the son of Mr. and Mrs. John Anthony Molina, from Gigulunen, Mangaldan. Prado Ricardo D., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Richard Prado, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Torion Fifth M.C., the son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Torion, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Rispiras John Lee A., the son of Mrs. Maria Teresa Viloria, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Ancheta Jamaica S., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alfredo Ancheta, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. De Guzman Marjorie O., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Reynaldo de Guzman, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Imbat Divine Jenna G., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonas Imbat, from Nabalwan, Mangaldan. Imbornal Kyle Angeli A., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Junjun Imbornal, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. La Guerta Emmeline S., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eric La Guerta, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. La Guerta Erbelin S., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eric La Guerta, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Maestre Catherine P., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Carlito Maestre, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Oka Divina G., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Nestor Oka, from Gigulunen, Mangaldan. Tirado Mardi A., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Sandel Tirado, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Sanchez Princess P., the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Freddy Sanchez, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan.
Let us listen to the message of Gerald Exodus E. Martin, representative of Academic Excellence Awardees, school year 2020-2021.
My warmest greetings to our Municipal Mayor of Mangaldan, Honorable Mary Marilyn de Guzman Lambino, Municipal Vice Mayor, Attorney Pedro Jojo Sardilla Jr., Municipal Councilor Attorney Joseph Emmanuel B. Serra, Chairman Committee on Education, our energetic Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Minerva D. Serapica, our diligent School Principal, Dr. Gemma B. Naraha, Barangay Council, headed by our supportive Punong Barangay, Teofilo Franeza Jr. PTA Officer, led by the PTA President Mrs. Hilda S. Ocumen, Mrs. Rosalinda C. Fabia, Focal Person of Embarcadero Elementary School, our dear teachers, parents, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. Everything in this world has a beginning. In our case, we have just accomplished the beginning. We have started the first right move as graduates. This year's theme, Strengthening the Quality of Education amid the COVID-19 pandemic, inspires us a lot to study harder and achieve better, even under the pressure of these health-threatening situations brought by COVID-19. Hence, there is no reason why we should fail in our future undertakings, even in these challenging times. Of course, we have not been able to reach this stage without the people who helped us and guided us in our quest for knowledge. To them, we owe a lot of gratitude. No amount of words can fully express how much we appreciate what they have done for us. We just hope that we will be able to compensate for all their sacrifices. To our teachers, thank you so much for all your hard work. You have diligently and patiently prepared our modules so that our learning will never stop, as everybody prayed and wished for. Actually, some of our teachers have sleepless nights just to meet the deadline for the distribution. The following day, they even gave their extra time in delivering these modules in remote places, assuring that everybody of us can study and learn following one of the DepEd's missions, that no learner will be left behind when it comes to delivering quality education, even in this time of health crisis. Though loaded with so much reports and other school-related matters, our second parents, ang aming mga dakilang guro, did their best to cater the best education so that we could reach this point, to graduate with honors and with dignity, pride, and determination, so we could all be ready to face another chapter being 7th graders this coming school year, 2021 to 2022. To our dear teachers from Kinder to Grade 6, most especially to our advisor, Mrs. Rodora B. De Vera, thank you for giving all you've got, even though sometimes internet connections were not stable in our homes. Yet you still managed to monitor and follow us up so that we can catch up regarding all our lessons. We are also most thankful to our best school manager of Embarcadero Elementary School, our principal, Dr. Gemma B. Naraha, who was never absent in guiding us with her brilliant words of wisdom. Though so much busy, she still managed to give us those words of encouragement, even before this pandemic occurred. And through her weekly monitoring of our performances, through our teachers and parents, she always emphasized the importance of godly perspective. She once mentioned in our group chat that this pandemic will never be a hindrance in achieving our dreams in life. Ma'am Gemma, we thank God for having you as our source of inspiration to achieve greater and higher accomplishments in the years to come. How can I forget our loving parents who were always there to help us in every difficulty we had faced? Thanks to you, our dear parents. And let me mention in special ways my loving parents, Mommy and Daddy. Thank you so much for your undying love and support. I know it was never been easy, but you never hesitated to help me all the way. Thank you, for you have been my strength when days were hard in finishing my modules and other school stuff. Thank you so much, Mommy and Daddy. I love you both. On the other hand, may I fervently invite you, my fellow batchmates, to continue in study, and let us all be achievers. Let us not get tired of reading, researching, and learning, because later, all of this will bring joy, abundance, and satisfaction, not only to ourselves, but most especially to our parents who always expect best for us. Friends, let us go and look forward. Let no discouragement pull us down, but enthusiasm strengthen our inner selves to continue for prosperity. Never think that poverty or this pandemic is a hindrance to education. Let us make ways so that poverty and sickness will flee from us by being health conscious, diligent in doing our modules, hardworking and God-fearing. Remember, the hands of scarcity will never embrace someone who always work hard. Last of my advice, pray. Our prayer is the most effective way to make the windows of heaven open for immeasurable blessings. For indeed, our Lord Jesus is not deaf to hear our petitions nor blind to see our incapacities. He is the only omnipotent God who will usher us to real protection, contentment, and victory. I, Gerald Exodus Ermita Martin, and with all my batchmates, promise that we will not stop here. Instead, we will try newer things and get better in any venture we'll be engaged in. And as we step further, expect that we will carry on the legacy that this school has imparted us. Likewise, we are promising of not forgetting our alma mater, the EMBARCADERO Elementary School, where our first success emanated and where our intellectual progress was intricately molded. Batch 2021, let us meet our new beginning. Reach high!
The kindergarten completers of 2020-2021. Kindergarten Aguila. Amansag Akelis Troy B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ephraim J. Amansag, from Gigilunan, Mangaldan. Aquino Aldwin A., son of Mr. and Mrs. Darwin Aquino, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Aquino Kirby R., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ruel Aquino, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Aquino Mark Luis E., son of Mr. and Mrs. Mario Aquino, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Aquino Mark E., son of Mr. and Mrs. Modesto Aquino, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Barroso Mark Alan B., son of Mrs. Andrea Barroso, from Navalwan, Mangaldan. Cortez Delmar B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Fragil Cortez, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Rivera John Paul B., son of Mr. and Mrs. Victor Rivera, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Iyo Jontel O., son of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Iyo, from Gigilunan, Mangaldan. Ladines Matthew James F., son of Mr. and Mrs. Edgardo Ladines, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Ratho Gamage Hidden Miller C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Milroy Ratho Gamage, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Resmeet Alden Rich G., son of Mr. and Mrs. Randy Resmeet, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Salinas Leo T., son of Mr. and Mrs. Joel Salinas, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Aquino Blaine Tiffany P., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rosendo Aquino, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Yala Sofia Erich J., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Eric Yala, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Calma Janela Max L., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. John Carlo Calma, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Carta Reg G., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Pablito Carta, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Kayabyab Ira C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rizaldi Kayabyab, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. David Julianne M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rodi David, from EMBARCADERO, Mangaldan. Guzman Jerain N., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Crisanto de Guzman from Bigulunan, Mangaldan. Imbornal Eliza Rose G., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Roel Imbornal from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Nessa Serjane B., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jerry Boy Nessa from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Miliano G. Kyle C., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Iron Miliano from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Tambawan Cheska Angelique D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Alexander Tambawan from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Tino Mara Jane Che U., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Carlito Tino from Bigulunan, Mangaldan. Torres Mikaya Joy A., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Torres from Embarcadero, Mangaldan.
The completers of kindergarten Maya. Aquino Jonas C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Quintino Aquino from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Ayala Sarmencito Jr. S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Sarmencito Ayala Sr. from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Corpus Robertson Dave S., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rolly Corpus from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. De Guzman Luis James M., son of Mrs. Catherine De Guzman from Libaliw, Mangaldan. Rivera Calvin Josh M., son of Mr. and Mrs. Demi Rivera from Libaliw, Mangaldan. Erlyn Prince Jacob C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Rufino Erlyn Jr. from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Urap Richie Jr. T., son of Mr. and Mrs. Richie Urap Sr. from Nabalban, Mangaldan. Pagaduan Lance G., son of Mr. and Mrs. Lauro Pagaduan Jr. from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Radu Aldin P., son of Mr. and Mrs. Alan Prado from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Celine Chris Yoris C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Ernesto Celine from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Sanchez Nigel I., son of Mr. and Mrs. Gelson Sanchez from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Tibigar Prince Giovanni Jr. T., son of Mr. and Mrs. Giovanni Tibigar Sr. from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Torion Melford C., son of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Torion from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Agbanlog Genevieve P., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. John Agbanlog from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Barroso Janami B., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. David Barroso from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Cabrera Gima de Guzman, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jose Cabrera from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Canabang Candace Christine Chanel Aust A., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Wesley Canabang from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. De Guzman April Joy S., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Randy De Guzman from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Rivera Jeline A., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Jason Rivera from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Magno Micaela Althea P., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Michael Magno from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Prado Arcilia D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Richard Prado, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Reyes Angelica Mi D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Rinaldo Reyes Jr., from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Sanchez Rihanna Mi L., daughter of Mrs. Diana Luis Lopez, from Embarcadero, Mangaldan. Torres Mariela M., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ariel Torres, from Nibaliw, Mangaldan. Villegas Cuna Ashley D., daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ricky Villegas, from Nibaliw, Mangaldan.
My friends, for the closing remarks, let us all welcome the focal person of Embarcadero Elementary School, Mrs. Rosalinda C. Fabia.
To our Municipal Mayor, Honorable Mary Marilyn de Guzman Dambino, our Vice Mayor, Honorable Attorney Pedro Jojo Sordilla Jr., Honorable Attorney Joseph Emmanuel Viala Serra, our Committee on Education Chairman, our energetic Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Minerva D. Serafica, our diligent, cool School Head, Dr. Gemma V. Naraha, Barangay Council, headed by Punong Barangay Chofilo Garcia Frianesa Jr., PTA officers, headed by Mrs. Helda S. Ocome, fellow teachers, parents, dear graduates, completers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to all of us. Before we close this first virtual graduation rites and moving up ceremony, I'd like to take this opportunity to give our warmest congratulations to the graduates, completers, to their families, especially the parents, guardians, who serve as their teachers of these children, and friends who have helped us arrive in this first ever virtual program of Embarcadero Elementary School, a successful one. To the parents, guardians, fellow teachers, Dr. Gemma V. Naraha, to our very smart Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Minerva D. Serafica, to our very active Honorable Consi and Alvin O. Soriano, who give us an opportunity to be in their live FB page. We are indeed privileged to be seen by everyone, not only in our province, but maybe outside the Philippines. Maraming salamat po. Allow me, dear graduates, to tell some of my advices. To you, dear graduates, parents, guardians, it was clearly seen and experienced that despite of this unpleasant or unplanned pandemic, we did it. Kinaya natin. We knew that this pandemic, many things have changed. One change is that the time is now. That as you leave the gates of your alma mater, our alma mater, Embarcadero Elementary School, kindly embody the ideals that we implanted in your heart and mind, and possess the vision of holding a bright light of the future, and show the world that you can. We can. Moreover, don't forget to hold on the character. That is very important, for it will be the reflection of your tomorrow on how to build your strong foundation in your family, friends, in your community, and to yourself. There might be a trouble along the way because we don't know yet what is to come. But with all that has been said, don't see tomorrow with a dim light. For what we live beyond this day could be the highlights of your lives, the well-deserved fruit of all your labor from elementary onwards. As what our school head have said, you pursue your dream. Mabuhay kayong lahat, dear graduates and concluders. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. We would like to inform you ahead of time of what will be the updates and in the next school year to come, which is 2021-2022. School schedules of enrollment and opening of classes will be posted soon in our school or in our FB page. Mga nanay, hindi natin alam kung ano yung mangyayari sa next school year. Marami sa atin ang gustong-gusto na mag-face-to-face. Kaya lang, dala ng pandemya COVID-19, pwedeng mangyari na mag-face-to-face na tayo or baka sa module pa rin tayo, sa modular distance learning. Pero huwag tayong mag-alala. Pwede pa na tayo ay magpatuloy sa ating pag-aaral. Kaya tayo mga magulang, kailangan natin silang ipa-enroll upang ang pag-aaral ay maipagpatuloy. Isulong natin ang edukasyon kasi ito lamang ang tanging yaman na kailangan nila sa kanilang o magiging gabay sa kanilang buhay. So dear parents, sana po tayo ay ipagpatuloy natin suportahan sila para ang pinapangarap nila, ang pinapangarap ninyo para sa kanila ay magtagumpay. Muli, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Before the day is done, before the night is gone, before the curtain closes, let me thank you for playing my music. Thank you for singing my song. Thank you for sparing a moment, 'cause with you I feel I really belong. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for being my friend. And if I pass you cross somewhere, I'd like to sing this song again. Thank you for playing my music. Thank you for singing my song. Thank you for sparing a moment, 'cause with you I feel I really belong. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for being my friend. And if our paths you'd cross somewhere, someone, I'd like to sing this song again. And if our paths should cross somewhere, then I'd really be glad, yes, I'd really be glad that I can thank you once again.